Well, a very good evening, everybody. What a night ahead of us on CurrentHighNetwork.com. We are up high at the east side, Highland High School. The Scotsmen hosting the East High School Blades. The Battle of the East Side. Come up with a name, and it's going to fit for this tradition up here in Bakersfield of the Upper East Side. We're at Highland High School tonight. What an unbelievable JV game. The likes of 4 minutes to go, 7-7. The kicker from East comes on for a 43-yard attempt. Hits the left upright about 20 feet up. It ends at a 7-7 tie. It was jam-packed at halftime of the JV game, if that's any indication of what we have ahead of us tonight. Once again, welcome, everybody. I'm Vance Palm, joined by my longtime partner, Rick Van Horn. Rick, the cannon goes off. The Scotsmen run out of the helmet. The bagpipe players escorted the players onto the field. It's week 3, Rick. What's going on here? It's not week 11.
This is a special week 3. East Highland neighborhood game, the Battle of the East Side. It's all right here. All bragging rights are tonight.
Oh, and partner, they're both 2-0. Let's talk football for a moment here. You look at these captain and these linemen for East High School. Some of the O-line guys are real big, real strong, real fast. You look at Highland, and they've got these really good quarterbacks, great receivers, good running game. This is, I guess what I'm trying to hint towards is this is a great matchup.
It is. You know, we don't know much about either one of them. We know they're both 2-0, and this is probably the biggest game on Highland's schedule that they'll face until they hit South down the line, and that will probably be for the league championship.
Talking with Coach Finucci down in the end zone a little while ago, and he concurs for his side. This is the best team we've seen so far this season tonight coming up. So asked him about his squad. Very strong words of commendation. Very happy with where they're at in the process right now. He said, hey, Vance, we're in week 3. Haven't been together, that long yet, and I'm seeing the progression in their maturity and in their decision making, and certainly in their skill set. So he's feeling confident. If you talk to Coach Gutierrez, you talk about a confident guy. He's ready to rock and roll tonight. So here we are on the east side. You're watching this and listening to this on www.CurrentHighNetwork.com. You can tweet at us all night long because we're going to do that to you at KHSD Athletics, and, of course, on Facebook as well. Packed house tonight, and I have an interesting nugget of information that I'll save for a little bit later. Johnny Rose gave me a little stat. Maybe he gave it to you too. We'll talk about that. And he said to say hi, by the way. And Coach Hardnett said to say hi, by the way. And everybody down there said to go tell Rick Van Horn. Daniel Calvin's over there, assistant coach for the East High freshman. And he said, you tell Coach Van Horn I said hi. So, look, my only job is just to get up here tonight so I could just say hi for everybody to you. So I'm just glad to be here. Kevin Willie to my left. And tonight we take a ride in the Bentley. Unbelievable. Dr. Bentley tonight, the IT tech for Highland High School. He works up here. This is his day gig. And Kevin and I parked about 100 feet away. He's got to walk all the way across campus tonight and lug all this back to his office. Great to have Todd here with us.
Always good to know somebody.
Hey, it's going to be a fun night. Highland's going to kick off. East High. We'll have the football first. We'll get the players' names out to you and some of the storylines as we go. Rick, both teams have a nice flow of younger underclassmen, upperclassmen, so I think it's going to be a superb matchup tonight.
It will be. These both teams have a good mix of juniors, sophomores, and seniors, so it should be a good matchup. Jonathan Monroe deep with Jamel Sophie. It looks like Sophie's going to take it. Nope, that's going to go in the end zone. The Blades are going to get the ball on the 20-yard line. You're going to see tonight 2 spread RPOs, what they call them, run-pass option teams, kind of mirror each other in their offensive philosophies.
A superb evening weather-wise. I think everybody that's out there watching this tonight on September 15th, 2017 is breathing a nice, cool, perfect sigh of relief with this weather.
And you always get a a breeze up here on the east side.
Lovely, lovely sight.
Yes.
Here we go. Blades will start it out tonight on offense. They're going to go to the air right away. It's lobbed out and just underthrown ahead. And the flag comes out. So Richard Lara,
junior quarterback, started last year, threw for over 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. He doesn't like to turn the ball over, neither does Coach Finucane.
The ball hung up there for a little bit, but they're going to say pass interference on Highland. So the dividends pay immediately, at least going up top.
Well, we've got a little grudge match there between Jonathan Monroe, who's split out left here, and the cornerback, the right cornerback for Highland, Matt Esparza. He was a second leading rusher at East High last year. Sense has transferred to Highland his senior year, and so we're going to have some battles with him, I think, all night long.
The East Side rivalry really has some storylines beneath the surface here. A pitch to the far side. Cut back up midfield. Looks really nice there, and that is Hakeem Taylor. Coach Finucane talked about Hakeem, and he said, well, of course, he's such a great asset to us. When he gets rolling, he's hard to stop.
Hakeem's a kid that showed up to East this summer from transfer from Miramonte. He was Miramonte's leading rusher last year.
Just underway. First couple of minutes of this East Side rivalry. There's a trophy that's involved. Great story from Trevor Horn, the Bakersfield Californian, did a superb job of setting this up tonight. 2nd and 5. They stay between the hash marks. Early contact, some nice yards after that initial hit. Gets up to about the 44-yard line. Is going to bring up 3rd and 2.
A little different look than the spread that East usually runs. They're running under center, kind of a shifting around, maybe trying to overload a couple aside and get some numbers.
Again, head coach for Highland, Michael Gutierrez. Scotland Yard packed tonight. I mean, jam-packed. Lara behind center. They hand it around to Jonathan Monroe. Monroe battles his way in for a first down. Nice play, stayed patient. Play drug out longer than I think Highland thought it was going to.
Monroe's a guy that Coach Finucane likes to get the ball out in space. He'll catch balls. You'll see him run. You'll see him return. He'll be all over on defense. He's kind of their Swiss knife.
First and 10, ball's at the 47-yard line. If you're just getting to us, thank you. KernHighNetwork.com. Pleasure to have you with us tonight. Under 10 here in the first quarter. Bootleg, he's in trouble. Lara, better run for it, can't. Tries, and he's hauled down. And I'm going to go out ahead of this in the art of full disclosure. The Highland uniform numbers, we're not going to be able to detect them until they turn around, until we see their back, the way that they're configured underneath the pads. So we'll do our best. I know that Reyes was in on the tackle. Isidro. Can't miss him. 2nd and 22. Lara jumbles it up, strong left side, fakes the pitch, inside handoff. It's a beautiful play. Look at this. They're going to be the first down, maybe more. A big run out there by Monroe. Monroe brought down at the 25-yard line, chased down by Nathan Jackson. Wow, beautiful play.
Just a little counter play. We talked about Monroe being the Swiss knife of this East High team. He can do it all.
Love that analogy, the Swiss Army knife. The scissors, the corkscrew, the toothpick, the
screwdriver,
the pin.
Yeah.
You can do it. I love it. Love it. Fingernail file. Like, oh, yeah, he has that too. Oh, yeah, we can do that too. 1st and 10. Here come the Blades. They were at a 2nd and 22. Now it's 1st and 10. Monroe up behind center. In motion, Monroe. They hand it to him. This time they get him. Caught him for a loss. I believe it was Eduardo Salinas with the hit.
I think so,
Solo
number 5.
tackle. Read it, executed, and then helped the guy up and patted him afterwards.
A lot of these guys grew up together. They went to school, to the elementary schools around here together. They played Little League, Jack Frost, Pop Warner, whatever you want to call it, but they real familiar with each other.
2nd and 15. 5-yard loss on that 1st and 10. Lara rolls to his right. He feels the pressure, feels the heat, and he goes down at the 45-yard line. Oh, the speed and the pursuit of that defensive front for Highland. Those linebackers just chased him down.
That's number 9, Richard
Woo!
sacked in the backfield.
I think that's number 32.
We're trying to get those numbers.
Number 32,
Matthew Bayaka.
Number 79, Isidro Reyes.
Reyes again, the speed of Isidro Reyes. He's 220, but he's 5'9", low to the ground. And now they're back to 3rd and 23 again. So 2nd and 22, 1st and 10, now it's 3rd and 23. And they have too many guys on the field, I believe.
Penalty flag on the field.
That one's going to hurt.
That's 12 guys. No wonder Lara was looking around going, wow, this looks good. I like what I'm seeing here. Well, yeah.
I like my matchups.
It's a great move if you get away with it, but they did not. The white hat in the back did his counting and said, no dice. Now it's 3rd and 28. Well, you have to hand it to them with time of possession.
They've had it almost 5 minutes now. So much like last week's game, Ridgeview Frontier, we had 2 possessions in the first quarter.
Taylor right behind Lara. Lara looks for some protection, wants to go long. Throws down the far side. It sails up there, and it is incomplete, no flags. But a flag here in midfield at the 40-yard line.
Lara's pass falls incomplete.
And that ball was up in the air way back on the far side of the field to us, and the flag is right down here.
On this side, I think we might have a defensive holding on Highland.
And what I meant in the middle of the field was it's the middle of the play. And it's a defensive holding, and they say it's going to go on Eduardo Salinas.
Holding penalty against the Scots. 10-yard penalty.
And here we go again. This is,
Well, that'll make up for that sack that East took.
the teeter-totter of this first drive. 7-11 left in the first quarter. Now it's 3rd and 19. Ball's at the 40. The offense for the Highland Scots just patiently waiting to get on the field. Great to have you with us tonight. We're riding in the Bentley. He's on controls tonight. Kevin Woolley to my left, Rick Van Horn. I'm Vance Palm on a 3rd and 20. Lara throws over here to the near side, overthrows the intended receiver, and the applause you hear below me, obviously from Scotland Yard. It's going to bring up 4th and 20. After all that, it ends up being 4th and 20.
Well, that's a lot of time to have the ball and not get anything out of it. So that's going to force him to a punt situation. Now we're going to see the Highland spread offense.
Nick Salas is deep for the Scots. He's a sophomore. Perfect deep snap. Wobbly punt. He just tells everybody, get away from it, and it takes an incredibly fortuitous bounce for the East High Blades, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line. Once again, everybody, we welcome you to KernHighNetwork.com. Pleasure to have everybody with us. I'm Vance Palm, and I've got Rick Van Horn, Kevin Woolley, Todd Bentley, our director producer this evening. Pleasure to have you with us. We're at Highland High School, the East High Highland Scots. And I'll tell you what, Rick, I talked to some alumni Highland grads and some alumni East grads this week, and when I tell them I'm doing this game, just evokes so many memories and great stories, and it's fun stuff. Maybe we'll get to some of it tonight. But right now, 6:54 left in the first quarter. The Scots on their first drive of the evening. Listen to this crowd. Ball's at their own 7. Quick pass out here to Ramirez. Ramirez gets some blocking downfield. Gets to about the 14-yard line. Not a bad play to start things off.
No, not at all. Ramirez is one of their big play guys.
Picks up 8 yards.
Had a good game last week.
Ezekiel Arambulo, the senior lefty quarterback, southpaw with a superior position arm. Oh, we got movement. And a little early is Matthew Bayaka. Got going just a little too quick. And the official that's on the ball is talking to the center real quick. Maybe they're just saying hi, nice to meet you. But
looks like it's going to be against East. Number 76, a sophomore, Julian Huerto.
Well, the ref might have been telling the center, nice job. That was nice.
First down for the Scots.
Rico, I'm going to stand about two or 3 feet over here. For some reason, Todd thinks it's important that the camera follows the action. I can't believe it. It's just, oh, big stop at the front. Look at that yard after the initial contact.
Hand off up the middle to number 15.
Contact was made behind the line, but he did a good job moving his legs, keeping his legs driving, and got about a 1 yard gain out of that.
Rick, that was Marquis Lewis, a senior. He's back there again with Arambulo. 2nd and 9. They fake the draw. They go to the far side. Oh, what a great job tackling out there by John Martinez. Martinez got a hold of his jersey and never let him go.
I thought Highland had something there for a minute until Martinez got his fingertips on him and held on.
So that brings up a 3rd and 7.
Tackled by number 12, John Martinez.
5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Highland trying to get something going here, but another loss, this time at the 15-yard line. And what a great play out there by Hakeem Taylor. See him on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Number 2, Noah Ramirez.
Great athlete, smart play, great read, and got it. And just like that, Highland's out.
By number 24, Hakeem Taylor.
Punting game in.
Back deep for the Blaze, number 18, Jonathan Monroe.
While you're talking about Rambula being the quarterback, Highland uses a 2-quarterback system. So you're going to see the other one, Sakamoto, later on in the game.
Am I mispronouncing? Is it Arambula?
Arambula? I think it is.
The kick is down by number 24.
Zeke from Cabin Creek.
The Blades take over first.
All right, here we go.
From their 41
East High will get another shot at it here. 42-yard line.
We'll touch more about it, but East does. I know you saw those big guys when you went down on the field. And they're led by their center, number 75, Angel Baez. Angel was their top lineman last year, played tackle. They've moved him to center this year.
Laura in the shotgun, hands the ball off. And somehow, some way, even with 3 or 4 Highland Scotsmen on him, these running backs from East High, able to get an extra nudge from these big guys up front, and that's Taylor. 4 minutes exactly left in this first quarter. It's gone by awfully quick. A couple of pass plays on each side. Looked like East had something going there, but then they kept going backwards.
Brings up a 2nd and 7.
3:45 to go here in this first quarter. 2nd and about 7 or 8. Laura takes the snap, hands the ball off, and that's Taylor making some good, nice decisions right between the hash marks. That was all Hakeem Taylor. He got it in traffic and got out of there and picked up a first down.
Nice read by Laura on that run option.
Picks up the Blades first down.
3.5 to go here in the first quarter.
So you ran into Coach Tim Harnett down there, huh?
Yeah, said hi to him, and he's down there talking to a bunch of coaches. And so, Rick, I said hi. I'm telling you, Rick, everywhere I went, it was quick pass out to the outside out there. This is Monroe. Monroe Well, he's dangerous, isn't he? He gets that ball in his hand, and it's something special. Gain of about 4.
Pass complete out to the right side, number 18, Jonathan Monroe.
He did not get out of bounds. I thought he did, or 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Ball's on the 45-yard line of Highland.
2nd and 6.
Excellent atmosphere here tonight.
You know, Highland's got some size on that. Couple guys on that defensive line that are pretty darn big.
Lara to Taylor. Taylor again gets the ball at the line of scrimmage at about 45-yard line, and he somehow just churns out another first down.
24, Hakeem Taylor.
Ball's at about the 39-yard line of Highland.
Talked about that big offensive line. They're starting to lean on people this drive.
No score yet. 2:47 here to go in the first quarter. You're watching KernHighNetwork.com. Live streaming coverage of football tonight on Friday night, September 15th, 2017. Game 1 right here at Highland High School in the big East Side rivalry, hosting the Blades. Game 2 out in God's country, the Garden in the Sun. Arvin hosting Miramonte. KW 2, Kyle Wiley. And Julian out there, and Rich Cornford handling the duties in Bear Country.
Now, Mr. Johnny Rose wanted me to mention he didn't want you to bring any ringers to the Arvin Frank Barley
golf tournament.
I
can't really give their names away on the air. And by the way, that was not a first down. They moved the chains like it was the first down. The official stopped them and said, no, you were about a half a foot short, so it's going to be 3rd and a foot. 3rd and a yard. Oh, they stop him. They get him. Taylor a little tentative because he saw a wall of green there, and that caved in on him. Now it's 4th and 3. Ball's at the 43-yard line. It looks like the Blades get stuff going. It starts to get traction. And now Coach Fanucchi's going to say, no, we're going to punt this football.
No.
Deep, Noah Ramirez for the Scotsman.
He's dangerous back there. We talked about him as being their Highlands big playmaker.
Wobbly punt, not too far. Bounces at the 23 and gets inside the 20. So it'll be 1st and 10 Highland at their own 18-yard line. The lights going off over there on the east side.
The kick is down.
Pretty cool, man. Get your phone out. It's a rock concert.
The Scots will take over 1st and 10.
If it's up here at Highland, it's either Van Halen.
From about the 18-yard line.
In your day, up the Highland guys, Jeff Adams, Aldo Parody, Kenyon Sills, Jeff Tilsher, Donnie James. That whole crew is rolling with Van Halen. Led Zeppelin and Rod Stewart.
Boston.
You got it, man. They get the timeout call. We could hear it up here in our ambient area of the coaching staff above us saying timeout, 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 and they get it. So a timeout.
East High is one man short. Tough to play defense with 10. Again, it's that young sophomore we talked about, number 76, Julian Cueto.
Gives us a chance to take our first break. We'll be back right after this on KernHighNetwork.com. We're back after the timeout. Highland, 1st and 10. Ball at their own 18. Quarterback Ezekiel Arambula. Arambula looks twice to the flats. Connects out there. Nice bit of running. Picks up a couple extra yards. 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Arambula looked a couple of different ways and finally just kicked it out to the left side over there.
Kicked it out there for about a 4-yard gain. Martinez from East actually did a pretty good job. Didn't really make the tackle, but slowed him up enough for the cavalry to arrive.
2nd and 8. Arambula getting 3 of his receivers way down here to the bottom left of your screen. Strong right side, triples out here. Arambula again out here to the near side. He connects. Louis Salas. Louis Salas.
That's a name from the past, isn't it?
What a nice move.
Pass complete from 21, Louis Salas.
The junior.
Does that name ring a bell?
Scott's first down.
Arvin Highbear,
Tackled by number 10, Timothy
Louis Salas, and his famed crackback block.
All great athletes somehow either come from Arvin or are attached to it, Rick.
That's
You know
right.
that. You
That's
know
right.
that.
Penalty flag
The most
on the field.
versatile ones. Penalty flag. So after the nice first down, they stub their toe, have to put it back 5 yards.
Start penalty against the Scots.
Kevin, everything looks beautiful on screen, buddy. Kevin Willie. The original anchor of this whole deal. Got us going last year in 2016 and decided to do it. Thank you, Kevin. Here we go, 2nd and 15, under 40 seconds to go in this first quarter. 3 up front for the East High D, 3 way outside for the receiving core of the Scots. They decide to stay right here on the ground. Not much, about the 27-yard line. They maybe got a yard, maybe. Sticks actually move back a little bit, so I think that'll be the, unless they rush for some reason, which I can't understand why they would. Not much of a wind differential. Yeah, they'll get it off probably. Standard set, 1 back. And a keeper by Arambula, and that'll do it. The end of the first quarter, no score yet. A lot of pomp, a lot of circumstance, a lot of noise, and a lot of activity up here at Highland. But right now, 0-0. Back in a moment, the second quarter on KernHighNetwork.com. Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm, Rick Van Horn, Kevin Willie, Todd Bentley at Highland High School. Start of the second quarter, no score yet, but that doesn't even register on the Richter scale of these fans just yet. They're having a blast. They are loving it. East High, you couldn't fit another person in their stands over there. The home stands were packed at halftime of the JV game. And we start the second quarter with a Highland penalty, we think.
Penalty flags
We
on
think.
the field.
Maybe some happy feet over there on the offensive side of the ball. No, we said that twice now, and both times
Penalty against
it's
the
been
Blades.
East High School encroaching, so that helps out, Rick.
It sure does.
Turns it into a 3rd and 9 as we start the second quarter.
Free yardage always helps out.
Cade Sakamoto in. Sakamoto on a run play here to the near side, and it was pretty interesting because it looked like there was going to be a penalty. Everybody kind of stopped playing for a second. No whistles.
That's number 8, Cade Sakamoto.
No whistles.
Quarterback.
Sakamoto just kept going.
Not a good time to have a brain fade on 3rd down.
2 yards.
4th and 9, so that was not the most productive series for the Highland Scots. They'll have
Brings
to
up a 4th and 9.
rethink things for their next effort on offense.
Scots line up in punt formation.
And deep for the East High Blades, Jonathan Monroe. Here comes the punt. It's a low one. Monroe could actually do something with this if he wants. And it takes a perfect bounce. What does he decide to do? Right between the hash marks. Nice tackle. Good job there by Cole Johnson. And Yahi Hudgens made a nice tackle there. So
Tackled around the 36-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Blades. Your thoughts in the first quarter there, Rick?
Well, you know, offensively, we saw a lot of movement from both teams, shifting, trying to overload, point of attack. But then we didn't see much after that. We saw basic offense, you know, just try a lot of smoke and mirrors, nothing, no shot. East High took a couple shots down the field. Highlands, you know, throwing the ball sideways with those short screens. And so I think this quarter, before halftime, you're going to have to see Highland take some shots downfield.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Blades. Richard Lara, the quarterback, and right next to him, Hakeem Taylor. Taylor's had some nice runs so far. Lara wants to throw on 1st and 10. They go back to the far side, and it looks really nice. A lot of real estate. Look at Taylor go, and he gets to the 50-yard line right on the H of the Highland High School football field. Beautiful play, well designed, and now let's just see if East can keep the momentum.
Well executed play. They got a good gain out of that. What do they, 15 yards?
Sold it well, didn't he? Just brought everybody over here.
And this has happened before. We saw this in the first quarter. They make a nice run, 9-10-yard run, and then they get bogged down. So let's see if they can keep it going here.
Under 11 to go in the half. Ball's right at midfield. Lara has a man for a second, he thought. Flushed out of the pocket, better protect the football. Thought about handing it off to Taylor for a moment. Now it's just a pile-on for no gain. Did you see him put that ball out? He's going to hand it to Taylor. Taylor's thinking, no dice. Tuck that thing in.
I'm sure Coach Finucci will have a couple words for him come Saturday at Films.
Say, hey, young man, when there's about 5 guys around from you, that's all yours. Put it under your jersey. 2nd and 11 or 12, right around there.
And you see Laura's limping a little bit. He's taking some shots this quarter. And
well, he's been on the run.
Yeah, 2 minutes here. You can't get away. You better be able to go down.
Stands at the 45. Fakes one handoff, then the second one's to Taylor. That worked really well. And Taylor busts through to the 39-yard line. And took just a second to develop, but once it did, it's like it cleared the path. The hesitation cleared the way. 12-yard gain, 1st down.
That's right. Hakeem Taylor's getting to be the king of the 10-yard gain there. I'm anxious to see if he's got breakaway speed. I don't know if he does. Maybe that 10, 15-yard gain is his ball game. That's what he does.
He just wears on guys. Right. Certainly going to put that defense in some guessing games now with 3 receivers here to the right side. They hand it again to him. This time the front 4 or 5 for the Scotsman knock him down. I know for sure that Eduardo Salinas was in on it. And also Isidro Reyes in there. Also another hit there by Matthew Bayaka. We're going to dip below the 9-minute mark here in 4 seconds. Still no score up here at Highland. No score, but what I feel is a breeze. I think I'm not sweating on one of the first Friday nights in about 9 months, Kevin. There's a breeze here. Here we go, 2nd and 10. Lara looks to his left, flushed out of the pocket. Lara in trouble, goes down at the 48-yard line. Can't break free. And a nice big lot of work in there by Marquis Lewis.
Yeah.
Woo. Some great leadership on this Highland team. I look over at all these names. I'm calling it senior. 3rd and 18, Rick. What are you dialing up if you're Coach Finucci?
Well, you know, you're about to play late on this because Highland's dialing up the pressure for one. So we need to get that ball off a little quicker, okay? Whether we're throwing slot screens or...
Draw to Taylor. Can he make enough? Can he get enough? No, he doesn't. They hold him up at about the 37-yard line. So they don't go to the air. 4th and 4, maybe? 4th and 6.
Kind of in that no man's land here, but you're 4th and 8. So let's just punt it away and play defense.
A little bit of wind at their back, which is nice. The ball will head south a little further than it will going north tonight. Perfect deep snap. Look out. They almost got to it. But it's a high booming punt, and it's going to have to be fair caught, and it is by Salas. So,
oh, man.
What happened, Rick?
Well,
penalty flag on the field.
Unnecessary.
Referee thought there was some unnecessary contact, but I've got to question that one. That was kind of.
Was it after the catch?
No malicious intent there. He kind of held him up, in fact. Patted him on the butt.
Will he wave it off?
No, but they'll mark it off.
So, 7:21 to go here in the first half, and Highland gets a nice little break there. That ball was, if you're the punt team for the Blades, you're like, really? They put that thing deep. That was back at the 8-yard line.
I
the
saw
9-yard line.
He's actually got a pretty good leg. I was watching him in the warm-ups. He was getting some good punts off.
They're going to run between the hash marks, and oh, what a nice, strong run. The quarterback is Rambula, by the way. But they hand off to Marquis Lewis, and he's 5'6", 170. He's not the tallest guy, but, man, can he carry the rock. 2nd and 1. High snap. Thomas loses his footing. I thought there might have been some movement, and just took a moment for the ref to blow the whistle and get the flag out. That was a penalized play with a late whistle.
Looks like Highland trying to pick up the pace here with their no-huddle offense.
You're watching KernHighNetwork.com live streaming football on a Friday night, mid-September 2017. We're up at Highland High School. One of my favorite places to call a football game. You've got all this in front of you, and if you turn around and look behind you, you see all the skyline of Bakersfield. You can see it just spread across the city. Beautiful, beautiful night. That's what it's all about. The quintessential Friday Night Lights. 2nd and 1. They give it to Marquis again. Correction, it was 2nd and 7. And another big loss there. There have been some seesaw.
Nice play by Cameron King there from the Blades.
Both teams have been a part of these seesaw teeter-totter drives over the last quarter and a half. With 6:15 left here in the half, it's still 0-0. 3rd and 10. Rambly wants to throw, floats it out, overthrows his intended receiver, which was Nick Salas. So a quick 3 and out, unless I see a flag or don't see a flag.
Yeah, that'll bring up 4th down.
Two teams, both 2-0. So that's also a storyline. Somebody's walking out of here undefeated tonight at 3-0. Talked to Coach Fanucchi about it. He goes, yeah, that's not lost on anybody. Have to stay undefeated. 4th down, they're going to punt. And the dangerous Jonathan Monroe stands at his 30-yard line. He's back there pretty far. Man, he's expecting Ray Guy to boot this thing,
I guess so.
It's a low one, but then again, he caught a nice bounce the last time. This time it stops at about the 37-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. East High School, 5:58 left in this first half. A beautiful night up here on the east side.
Yeah, I don't know who Monroe thought was punting on that one. He was back there about 50 yards.
Special hello here on the Kern High Network to one Eliana Aperity, 8th grader over at Coto Elementary School. And she will be up here at Highland. Her father, Aldo Aperity, one of the great athletes in Highland's history, one of the longest legs, longest feet, longest kicks, most powerful legs is what I'm trying to say in the history of Kern County. Kicked, I think, a 54-yarder for the Renegades, and he was an incredible athlete here for the Scotsman. Eliana wanted me to say hi. All her soccer friends said, Vance, they'll be listening. They'll be watching. 1st and 10. 40-yard line. About a 3-yard gain.
Well, we talked about that. Highland was putting a lot of pressure these last couple series, and you see now East High going into their quick game.
We're taking a ride in the Bentley tonight. The big man's here with the whole crew. Hi, girls. You're all so beautiful. Yeah, well, dude, I don't have to finish that sentence, buddy. I never have to finish that when everybody knows they got it from their mom. Hey, we got a timeout here. We'll take a quick break. We're at 5:21 here on KernHighNetwork.com. We'll be back in a moment here. Still in the second quarter. No score at Highland. .5:21 remains here in the half. Still no score. Nice football game, but nobody's on the scoreboard yet. 2nd and 8. The Blades pitch it over here, right in front of us, and another strong run by Hakeem Taylor, but there is a flag. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. Fumble! Oh, and a late flag. First of all, there was a flag on the play that we may deduce was holding, but then a fumble and recovered by the Highland, identified by the official as Highland football, but then a late flag came flying straight up like a fireworks.
David Seha lost his helmet. I didn't see what happened there.
So at 5:11 mark here left in this first half, the official is going to have a word and talk about it. And at halftime, we will showcase the Highland Scotsman Marching Band. They're getting warmed up. You can hear the drums. You can hear the instruments of all sorts going through a chord progression. So that'll be nice to kind of see some Highland Scots Marching Band. But Rick, does it surprise you no score yet, or just what you expected?
Well, I figured it was going to be a low-scoring event. You know, two pretty good teams. They play sound football, good defense, and they live by their run games.
That's the voice of Rick Van Horn, Bakersfield High School driller, Bakersfield College Renegade, UNLV running Rebel, offensive mastermind, coached at every level here in the city. Head coach, offensive coordinator, been with us now in the air for quite some time. My first game ever I called with Rick. I was the brand new voice of the Renegades at Bakersfield College. Been there for a couple of games, second game, something like that. And
it's been a while.
Athletic director Jan Stubbe said, who's your guest commentator this week? And I said, Rick Van Horn. He said, the author. Yes, also an author, 2 great books. So fortunate to have Rick with us calling this. Well, Rick,
Holding penalty against the Blades declined.
the initial flag of the hold, the Highland squad is going to go ahead and decline that. Take the football that they recovered, but with a little salt on the wound, they have to go back to the 32-yard line because of an unsportsmanlike conduct flag.
Okay. So the melee on the sideline was called on Highland. We got a holding back here at East, which was declined.
Possession Highland. 1st and 10, 5:11 to go. Oh my gosh. How you doing? Great to see you. Wow. Another great thing about doing these Friday night games, man, you just see so many great people from your life. Pretty cool. All right, 1st and 10. Officials Another quick discussion. I see like the thumb motion, like somebody's out. The white hat has like the thumb emoji, and he's waving it. Talking to his line judge. Stoppage of play. It's been somewhat of a disjointed last 4 or 5 minutes here. Don't know what this discussion would be, Rick. Can you enlighten me? Or not that you would know what they're saying, but the circumstances and the sequence of stoppage before the play even starts, after a penalty's been called.
I can't make out whether they're talking about an ejection, if the personal foul was so blatant that it would result in a ejection, but because I didn't see anybody leave. Seha had to go off the field for one play because he lost his helmet.
Okay. So on a 1st and 10, they grind out a couple of yards, maybe.
Hand off to number 3, Matt Esparza.
Esparza with the run.
Tackled by number 30, Daniel Lopez.
2nd and 7 officially. Rambula still the quarterback. He keeps it himself, looks for a big gap and finds it, still on his feet, gets up to the 45-yard line and a first down. A nice run by Ezekiel.
That's number 10, Ezekiel
Rambulo.
Up the middle for the Scots first down.
Quarterback last name spelled A-R-A-M-B-U-L-O, Rambulo. Keeps it again, exact same play. This time he runs into the stout David Seha, and not much happening there, is there?
Not much there. Seha had missed the tackle the play before and made up for it there.
Angel Baez also in on the action. Jacob Reyes in on the action. 4-10 and counting, a 2nd and 9. Cole Johnson runs in, more whistles. Goodness. Directing traffic. High snap. And this time it's going to be Sakamoto. And Cade Sakamoto. Both these quarterbacks, by the way, are seniors.
Sakamoto's a load when he gets those shoulder pads turned north and south.
Tackled by number 36, David Seha.
3rd and 4. Big play right here. Sakamoto picks it up, gets to the 44-yard line of the East High Blades, and with 3:23, they'll move the sticks.
Highland using their version of the Wildcat with Sakamoto.
First and 10. Sakamoto throws across the middle, has his man still on his feet. Oh, what a nice play. Matthew Bayaka.
Nice read. Pass run option by Sakamoto.
Sakamoto this time hands the ball off. Cole Johnson. And that senior lowers his head and picks up 5 tough yards.
Then we talked about it earlier. Highland starting to pick up the pace on offense, going with their no huddle.
Tackled by number 3, Ron Harris.
Well, there's no score yet, but can you imagine if Highland can punch this in towards the end of this first half with this crowd here? Esparza goes down at about the 20-yard line, just short of the first down. Should bring up 3rd and about 2.
Good job by Vaughn Harris from the Blades, setting that edge and making that tackle.
3rd and 2, they say officially. 2:18 left in the first half. Sakamoto wants to keep it himself, looking for some room. And he gets a little room. He gets up to about the 15-yard line. A flag on the play.
It's going to be close to a first down.
The white hat called it. Coaching staff not happy at all with the call. And here's the official going to make the call. First, he wants to listen to the coaching staff. For some reason, they're in some sort of a discussion. prior to him giving us the call. Highland walking backwards, we know that for sure. Here's the call, holding.
Holding penalty against Highland. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
What was a first down now turns into a 3rd and 12.
Ball's at the 33-yard line of East. No score yet. Cole Johnson, the lone back, stands back there with Sakamoto. 2 receivers out to the far side. Sakamoto rolls to that side. He's a lefty, so he's got to get it. No, he can't do it. No way.
Seha.
David Seha. And
sacked in the backfield, but number
the
36,
senior,
David Seha.
there's a bright, bright future ahead of him. Runs down Sakamoto and says, 4th down.
So now Highland's got a decision. Minute 41. I think they're going to punt it, but he might feel they're playing good enough defense that if East gets the ball back, that they can hold them.
125 and counting, but there's 0 movement towards any type of being set for the play. Everybody looking at the sidelines, and Highland takes the timeout. We'll stay here since we're going to break here in a minute and 15. Arvin and Miramonte game right now.
Timeout Highland.
The Bears lead 10-0. Coach Edgar Maras.
Speaking of the Bears, Richard Laura, the Blade quarterback, is the grandson of a 1971 Arvin grad, the Bacchus family.
The tree of talent and gifts
that grows from Arvin.
And skill sets and Mensa minds that come from the Garden in the Sun. It never ends, Rick. I know your life has been positively affected by many great mentors and coaches and teammates that you played with at Bakersfield College and beyond for Arvin Bears. I can't hear this guy to my left. He went to West. He's trying to say something, but I have my headphones on, so Kevin Willey, the proud West High Viking, multi-instrument maestro, says, hey, look, my man, take it easy with the Bear stuff. Here's the punt. It's a long one, and Monroe lets it just go over his head. And, hey, look at this. What a beautiful job by the Highland Scots. They get it to the 1-yard line, just perfection. So it'll be 1st and 98 with 1:05 left here in this first half. No score.
Actually, a pretty good play by Monroe there, just getting away from it. We got 1:05. We're going to hand it off a couple times, eat up the clock, go into halftime, 0-0.
At halftime, we'll give you some more scores. They're starting to come in. Dr. Bentley's starting to put them together for us, and we'll go over them at halftime. Also, we'll get to check out the Highland Scotsman Marching Band, color guard, take a little break and enjoy some music and marching. Right now, Laura's deep in his own end zone, and they certainly don't want the first score of the game to be something unfortunate back there. So what do? They go to their bread and butter, and they keep it on the ground, and whistles fly here.
Another flag over here.
Sorry.
Very far side.
Right down here by the pylons down here, by the photographers and newsmen.
One game we got to keep our eye on is this South Independence game. We saw South in that first game. I saw them against North, and I was impressed. Independence, and I know South High's got some playmakers over there, so that's going to be an interesting game tonight.
Penalty is going to be against East High. They had an illegal shift. That's why the flag. And 58 seconds remain here. And if you're Coach Dave Finucci and his coaching staff, right now you just wanted to execute what you've been preaching all season, all summer, all first couple of games. You know, make good decisions, sound decisions when you're in a situation like this, very deep in their own territory.
Don't make any mental mistakes. Use that clock. and don't lay the ball on the ground. You might even see a quarterback sneak here. Nope.
Look at this. Look at this. A safety by Highland.
Well, we talked about, I said quarterback sneak, handed it to the fullback, but Highland with that penetrating defense did a good job. Joshua Yabeda.
But another senior. Look at all these 12s on this roster here. So Josh Yabeda, number 52, 6'2", 280 pounds, senior, and certainly didn't think I was hexing anybody when I was saying that the last thing you want to do is have the first score of the game be a safety.
That's right.
But it ended up being just that.
Yeah.
But Rick, it's only 2 points, but listen to this crowd going into halftime.
Any momentum is good momentum at this point. Hard-fought defensive game. Highland's going to get the ball back. And if they get some good field position, they may take some shots.
So it's 1st and 10 when Highland gets this football back somewhere. I'm thinking, you know, you never know, at least around the 40-yard line, at the very least. East electing to kick rather than punt, as you have the option. Tyler Lundgren, the junior kicker.
Number 14, Ahmed Bowser, set to kick off.
Not bad, but taking it to 30, and it'll be at least at the 40, and a lot more maybe. 46-yard line inside East territory, so 28 seconds left, Rick. 2 timeouts. And as you say, with this momentum, why wouldn't you want to try to take a shot?
Yeah, you may see a couple quick screens, just working the sideline, see what they can get, and then if it works, then maybe we'll have enough time to take one shot into the end zone.
Arambula has a quick word with Lewis, the lone back on his right hip. They stay on the ground. Really nice job of running, still on his feet. Oh, and a late flag comes in at the very end of the play. And the runner was Matthew Bayaka, the strong run by Bayaka. This cat laid down one hot dog and there's 4 of us. And we all start looking at each other like, huh? Huh? Who's got the quickest hands in the West? I will defer to the hardworking individuals that help do the setup. But if you feel good, about snagging a hot dog when Kevin and Todd have been up here for 6 hours, you go right ahead, Rick.
Yeah.
Go right ahead, Rick.
I hear what you're saying.
Todd puts his elbow over the hot dog like, guys, there's no discussion about the hot dog. All right, 1st and 10. Clock is ticking here. 13 seconds for all intents and purposes. Could be the last play of the half. Little screen over here right in front of everybody, and it's Lewis. Can Lewis get free? He goes down. Did not get out of bounds. But they pick up the first. Well, the coach.
They're going to move the chains. That's going to stop the clock for.
But will he be able to call a timeout?
Picks up enough for the first down.
And he does.
Timeout Highland.
So with 1 second left, the ball is going to be at the East 34-yard line. So there was no score all first half. And then next thing you know, a safety and now an opportunity at the 34-yard line to possibly make something happen.
Yeah, well, we saw this last week, didn't we? Right before halftime, Frontier throws a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And scores on Ridgeview. So it's not out of the realm.
We're at Scotland Yard. Couldn't be more hospitable. And the sports information, game management, press box crew, superb. Hand us 3 or 4 different rosters, different colors, ready to go, printed out, said, here you go, boys, get to work. It's excellent. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. All right, 1st and 10. But really, it's not about that as much as it is 1 second. And Arambulo stands at the 40. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. And he's got Marquis Lewis back there out in the flats. It's going to be Arambulo. He's going to step up. They have a shot at it. Throws it. He's going to get it. A touchdown. Matthew Ezekiel Arambulo steps up into the pocket, threw a perfect strike, and Rick Miranda, there was nobody near him.
Nobody near him.
And just like that, with 1 second left, they score, and they have the opportunity to make it a 9-0 ball game because of the safety, and East High has to be thinking, huh?
What just happened?
It is blocked, so it stays at 8, but a big halftime feeling of jubilation by the Highland Scotsmen as they put up 8 points in less than a minute.
In less than a minute? That's
wow.
Right.
8-0. Highland Scotsmen up. It's at halftime. We've got some things I want to talk about with Rick. We also want to give you some scores, and also we want to show you some Highland Scotsman marching band and color guard. So all of that coming back to you on KernHighNetworks.com. Before we go to break, I certainly want to thank our sponsors, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, United States Army, PAV Solar and Communication, Premier Lighting, Tony's Pizza, and Raymond's Trophies. And of course, thanks to our superintendent, Dr. Brian Schaefer, Assistant Superintendent of Instruction, Dr. Brenda Lewis, the Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services and Innovative Programs, Dr. Dean McGee, and the Director of School Support Services, Stan Green. 8-0 right now at Highland, and they're up. Back right after this.
Makers gather building. Get your band ready. Black walks the gate. You may pick the field exhibition.
That wasn't that high to shoot for, right?
She don't see you or what? Your what? I know me and Daddy already talked about it. What? Getting somebody to take care of us. give me a spin. Huh?
Because he came over there with me first and he started talking to some of his friends or whatever. I was like, I'm going to go see this game. All right.
You sit here? Go back over there. We're going to go over there. We'll go to the side.
Trying to go get something to eat right now? Better hold on to them tacos. Them tacos afterwards.
Welcome back, everybody, to the East Side. Hey,
All right.
Rico and I getting ready. Friday Night Lights. I'm Vance Palm, Rick Van Horn, Kevin Willie's behind that camera right there. We're riding in the Bentley tonight with Todd Bentley, our director-producer. We go 29 minutes and 4 seconds, 0-0. All of a sudden, East High. Let's talk about that punt that Highland puts him back on the 1 yard line. And we do our job by talking about the possible pitfalls and dangerous scenarios. Yeah. It happens, a safety. Then Highland gets the football back, gets it to the 27-yard line. With 1 second to go, Arambula steps up into protection, into a secondary pocket.
Receiver.
Just like that, it's 8-0 here. You're watching all of this on CurrentHighNetwork.com. Great to have you with us for halftime here at the East High Highland High School East Side Classic is what we're calling it. There's a trophy that goes out here. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, like 3/4 of a half, we had a defensive ball game, and then Highland decided to play a little offense and put up 8 points. So I think this is definitely, they got the momentum going in half, but coming out the second half, I think we're going to see the same kind of ball game. We're going to have a 14-8. We're going to have a low-scoring ball game.
West High School Vikings 24-0. They lead Foothill right now. After one quarter, there was no score in that South Independence game that you were talking about. So that also big defensive struggle. How about this? Frontiers up 7-0 over Atascadero. North High School up 8-0 over Delano. So with 2.5 to go here at halftime. Rick, a couple thoughts from you about Bakersfield High School. I listened to Paul Gola today being interviewed by Greg Kerr on his show, and he said, hey, look, big losses, they happen. What we look at now is how we rebound from them. It happened last year against Valencia, and we came back from that and won a section title. But your big blue drillers having to try to bounce back tonight.
Well, last report, they were down 29-7 at half. Chaminade's good. They're a top 10 state-ranked team, and then they go on the road again next week against a top 20 Valencia team. So they've got their work cut out for them. And then you look up north, and you've got a Central team that's on a roll.
The last time Central lost, BHS beat them in the Central Section Championship game on a very cold, chilly night on the campus of Central, and it was a very, very emotional game for both sides, and so they have a chip on their shoulder, and they want to knock it off themselves, and that's called a Valley Championship, and they are taking care of business right now. So Bakersfield Christian, by the way, the Eagles, they lead Tehachapi 20-0. So we are about 1 minute and 15 away to get this third quarter back into action here. Rick, quick little request of you, if you could give me your thoughts on the Renegades right now. Bakersfield College Renegades tomorrow night. They play against an incredibly gifted and talented and always dangerous team in Riverside Community College. Your thoughts on the Renegades at 2-0 going into a tough game tomorrow night?
They are. I think they're playing well. I saw them last week, and the thing I like it, a lot of local kids. A lot of kids that you've called their names the last couple of years are playing up there now on the hill, and we'll find out Saturday how for real they are this year, playing a number 1, number 2 Riverside team who's always good. Brandon Jones, Cesar De Leon, they're doing a good job splitting time, but kind of what they say is if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have 0 quarterbacks. So somebody's going to have to step up and take over that role as the number 1 quarterback for them to be a contender.
I can't wait to call that game tomorrow night. 6 o'clock kickoff, 5:30 pregame. VHS driller Kenny Calvin will be calling that with me. But tonight, it's all about Bakersfield, the city, this community, outlying areas able to soak up live streaming football here on KernHighNetwork.com. Great to have everybody with us. We're about to go into the third quarter of the East Side Classic. The Blades still not even on the field yet. Wonder what David Finucci had to say to them. I always wonder what those discussions are like. And for Highland, and Coach Gutierrez, what a big end to their first half to get in there and get that safety. And then they score on the last play of the first half. They're up 8-0. Bullard leads Centennial right now, 20-6. McFarland leads Kern Valley, 21-0. We will take our final break here at halftime. Give us a chance to get ready for the third quarter. 8-0 right now, the score. Highland over East here on KernHighNetwork.com. All right, everybody, welcome back. Pleasure to have you with us here on KernHighNetwork.com. Vance Palm. I've got Rick Van Horn next to me. Kyle Wiley next to me on my left. And how about we're going to the Bentley tonight. Todd Bentley, director, producer. And we have one of our viewers, faithful viewers and listeners chiming in. Wanted to say hello to you, Rick.
Back deep to receive for the Scots, number 15.
He was
Lewis.
Your long snapper and your linebacker. Played with you on the Renegades. Went to Arvin High School.
Number 2, Noah Ramirez.
Saying you look and you sound great, Rick. He wanted to let you know.
I think I recall him vaguely. You know what East has to avoid here is a 2-for-1 Highland. Highland scores right before the half. They get the ball to open the second half. So if Highland puts a good drive together here, it could take some wind out of the Blades.
Fumble!
There's a fumble.
Fumble! East High School strips it. Flag on the play.
Looked like John Martinez for the Blades.
But as Rick was just talking about what a disadvantage East would be if Highland gets off to a great start, the ball stripped. Turnover on the kickoff. So you figure the last minute of football since the end of the first half to the beginning has been more action than the entire first part of the game.
Yeah.
Wow. Just like that, East has the ball to the 29-yard line. Laura has them lined up all the way to the right side. But they stay on the ground, and it's a huge gaping hole right through the middle of the football field. And Hakeem Taylor, they have pounced on the momentum. The Highland crowd is shocked, stunned.
Across the 10-yard line.
And all of a sudden, it's 1st and goal from the 9, Rick.
And I think East High, they don't want 3. They want to get 7 out of this.
Absolutely. Barely started the third quarter. They kicked off, and now on the second play from the line of scrimmage, they're inside the 10 on a 1st and goal from the 9. They stay in Taylor's hands. He gets swallowed up, thrown down for about a yard loss, 2-yard loss maybe, so Highland digs in deep right there.
Handoff up the middle to number 24, Hakeem Taylor.
One of the things the Blades got to do this half is keep that Laura clean. You know, he took a pounding that first half.
Second and goal.
And you're going to have to change it up a little bit, a little quicker passes, a little better protection up front, but keep him clean.
Got 2 backs right back there next to him. It's a bootleg. He has his man. If he throws to him, oh goodness, he's wide open. And there it is, touchdown. And it's Jonathan Monroe. He was the back that was back there with him, but oh, flag on the play.
Pass completes number 18, Jonathan Monroe. And for the Blades touchdown.
Well, that play took quite a while, so those linemen had to hold their blocks for quite a while. And that happens when those guys have to hold their blocks.
Oh, an eligible receiver downfield. So somebody got loose and was too far down the field. Ouch. Ouch. So a little bit of the wind out of the sail from this fumble recovery, quick strike, East High offense. Second and goal from the 15 now. Huh. Here we go again. Laura to Taylor. Nice job up there up front by those Scotsmen. And one of the big ones up there that's doing a lot of the work, Joshua Ubeda.
He was about one tackle away from putting it in the end zone there.
Brought down by a host of Scots.
Joshua, the first one in there to get him. Now it's 3rd and goal for the 15. So if you took a break or went somewhere for halftime, there's a quick strike opportunity here for the Blades who recovered a fumble on the kickoff. 3 receivers way out to the left side of the line of scrimmage. Lara wants to keep it himself, makes a nice move, and Lara gets down to about the 3-yard line. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 3. Interesting that you said at the beginning of the series they want 7 out of this. Yeah. I assumed it would be a foregone conclusion. They'd get it, but they went backwards, so now it's 4th and goal from the 4. Oh. Early second half.
Fourth and goal from the 4-yard
Looks
line.
like they're bringing in a heavy
Decision
crew.
time.
And they're going to go for it, looks like.
Timothy Miller, a senior. He's in the backfield as well, but Lara now up behind center, and a timeout called by the East High School Blades. So Coach Finucci wants to talk it over with 9:23 to go in this third quarter. A 4th and goal from the 4. If you're just getting with us, the score is 8-0. It was 0-0 all the way to the last 54 seconds of the first half when Highland scored on a safety, then had enough time on the kickoff return to get it to about the 35-yard line, where their quarterback, Ezekiel Arambulo, stepped into the pocket and then up into a closer pocket and unleashed a 30-yarder dart right into the hands of Matthew Miranda, and he trots into the end zone, and just like that, it's 8-0. The PAT was blocked, but at the end of the half, with 1 second, the touchdown scored, made it 8-0. Then you think Highland's going to get on a roll here, having the ball first in the third quarter, and they fumble on the kickoff. East gets it, but East trying to punch it in now on a 4th and goal from the 4. And now they mix things up, and Akeem Taylor about 6 yards behind Lara, who's behind center. Oh, and it's a fumble! They tried to do that inside handoff again, and it did not work. Highland collapsed that offensive line far enough back to where it's an unsuccessful attempt at a touchdown. And look at that, Highland hangs on.
Yeah.
Boy, if you're East Side, that hurts.
It does, especially when it's your own fault like that. You know, if they'd stop you, they stop you. But when it's your fault like that, that's tough to take. Inside reverse back to Jonathan Monroe, their Swiss Army knife. He's the one that caught the ball in the end zone.
They put the ball in the end zone, Rick. They had a touchdown, but it got called back for an ineligible man downfield. So you're right. Boy, it's just tougher to take when you know it's on you. And now Highland thinking, oof, dodged one there.
Comes out in a power eye to open the second half. Let's see if they stay with that or goes back to their spread. I think maybe because they're backed up deep in their own territory, going with power eye, a little safer offense to execute.
Henry Magana with us tonight, BHS driller that's playing football down south. Came up to say hi to myself and Coach Van Horn. Great to see him playing down at Whittier College. He's been up here on top with us the whole night saying hi. Great young player.
Hand off again up the middle to number 15.
3rd and 1, Rick. So 8:23 to go here in this third quarter. And just like that, the Highland Scotsmen are back to decision-making time here. Sakamoto is the quarterback at this stage. Again, power eye, everybody up close. Sakamoto, they hand the ball off. East High School does a nice job, but, ooh, boy. A run play by Marquis Lewis towards us. Do they get it? Yes, they do.
Hand off again, number 15, Marquis Lewis.
They just lined up and said, we're going to come at you.
The ball's on the near hash right below us here, and from the angle that we're at, we're about the 45-yard line on the other side of the 50-yard line. I thought it was a lot closer than that, but the officials confidently said, first down. 7:50 left in the third quarter. Sakamoto hands the ball off to Brown. Marquis had a lot of room, but great job out there. A nice open field tackle by Vaughn M. Harris. Vaughn M. Harris.
You know, Highland doing a good job. Doesn't look like they're getting much, but they're getting 3 and 4, and 3 and 4s add up to 10 after a while.
You're so right. It's 2nd and 4, so it should be 2nd and 7. I'll go by what the marker says. Power eye again, Sakamoto. They do it again, but this time the Blades say nothing doing. And a great tackle out there by Daniel Lopez. And if that's not for a loss, it's at the line of scrimmage for sure.
Seha getting up slow again. This is 2 plays in a row where the
Down by number 30, Daniel Lopez.
big tight end linebackers been getting up slow off the ground.
Loss of about 1.
They did lose a yard, so 3rd and 7 here. 2 receivers split out to the right side of the line of scrimmage. 1 back there at Sakamoto, but he wants to keep it himself. They read it quickly. They saw it quickly, knew it quickly, and a big play by who else? The young man that got up limping is David Seha, and he said, I got you.
Maybe he was playing a little possum there.
Yeah, he got him good, didn't he? Roped him in.
Yeah.
But Seha, special. Can't wait to see him play at the next level.
East High's going to get good field position again in this second series. They're going to be across the 50-yard line. They should.
Line up in punt formation. That's number 82, Stephen Fuentes.
Monroe back, waiting for it. The punt had to get rushed. Bounce at the 45-yard line. Oh, it takes a nice Highland bounce. 37-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the East High Blades. Great having you with us tonight here on KernHighNetwork.com. You can tweet at us at KHSD Athletics. Follow us on Facebook. We've been covering volleyball already this year. A few nights ago, myself, Kyle Wiley, a cameraman that was not Kevin Willie. Kevin decided to head over to the beach house in Santa Barbara, and Julian handled the camera work, and my cohort was Tom Myers, the voice of Frontier High School. Liberty defeats Clovis North in 3 sets. It was a big, loud, crazy night in the Liberty Gym.
Penalty flag on the field.
False start.
Dead ball, false start penalty against the Blades.
So with 6:01 to go here in the 3rd quarter, it'll be 1st and 15 when they start this drive. We're up at Highland High School. The East Side Classic. Scotsmen have an 8-0 lead. Kevin's going to start getting the text. You got a beach house in Santa Barbara? Why? Hey, dude. Way to go, Vance. All right, here we go. Let's start this drive over here for the Blades. Lara flushed out of the pocket, and he has to hurry this throw, and he is chased down, ran down again. Boy, Isidro Reyes is really something special down there. 5'9", 220-pound senior. He wears number 79. Woof. Quick. He's ran down Laura at least 3 times tonight himself.
Well, we talked about trying to keep Laura clean. You know, they putting the pressure on just like they did the first half. Still playing aggressive. They're not going to sit back and wait.
Isidro, an early contender for Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. And Laura still just kind of limping in from the sidelines. Yeah. Why are they calling him over for the plays if he's having to limp on and off? Running receiver over there. Double sets here. Look at this. First time I've seen this tonight. Lara fires over to the near side. Ball dropped. Yeah. Just didn't have enough on it. Intended out there for Jason Beltran, but a little too low. Stops the clock at 5:47.
Number 23, Jason Beltran, falls incomplete.
And the Blades not able to put any points on the board. They had a touchdown call back last drive, but Beltran, the quarterback, you see him, he's just having such a hard time. Doesn't have his full leg capacity to get rolling out of that pocket, and they're running him down, and it's showing.
Yeah, and he's not the fastest guy on the field.
With good wheels,
with
right?
good wheels.
3 receivers break way out to the left side. Lara runs that way. He's in trouble. Thrown down emphatically. What a play. Is that Nathan Jackson that threw him down?
Well, we can't. It's tough to get the numbers from the front
Boy,
side.
That was Nathan Jackson. What a sack. He threw him down emphatically as he sacked him. So that defensive front really causing problems for the Blades. And Nick Salas stands back inside the 50. Almost got it. They almost got it. It's a super high punt. Salas tells all his Highland Scotsmen, get away from it. Look at this field position. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line of East High School. So the Blades struggling right now.
They are. They are struggling offensively. They're playing playing solid defense, but now I think they're going to.
Scots will take over 1st and 10.
I think Highland's going to come out and give a little dose of the Sakamoto freight train there. Let's see if they come out in the power I to start this series. It looks like they're going to spread it. Well, they got quads. And somebody's okay. Got quads out here.
Arambula talking to Esparza, the lone back there. Arambula, look out, finally gets rid of it, gets it out here to Ramirez. Incomplete. Or was it?
Pass intended for number 2, Noah Ramirez.
Tough to decide what they were doing. Highland was as screwed up as anybody on that one.
Well, they got a great opportunity here to pounce, too. With 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, they're up 8-0. This is an opportunity, to really make it tough on the East High Blades. But that play didn't look very good. 2 receivers way out to the right side. Sakamoto, he wants to run. He battles his way through, gets to about the 34-yard line. A lot of heavy contact up front. And, again, Seha, one of the Blades to get to him. And also, Vaughn M. Harris got him.
Right now we talked about that big offensive line for East High, but I'm looking and I'm thinking defensive-wise and offensive, Highland's winning the battle right now.
Sakamoto wants to run again, wants to stay behind his line, see if he can't just churn out some more yards. And you said it best. They pick up 3, they pick up 4. This time they picked up another 3, and it's going to be 4th and 3 from the 32-yard line.
That offense, that Wildcat there with the quarterback, you saw that probably 10 years ago with a guy from Florida named Tim Tebow. And that's basically all he would do is.
Look at this. They go for the hard count. They timed it perfectly. They waited. They hadn't used it all night. They kept it in their pocket, and they were able to get Daniel Lopez to jump over that line of scrimmage. He was coming fast and hard, but they got him.
Against the Blades.
And a big first down with 4:02 to go here in this third quarter. A big hard count. They got him, and now he has Taylor back there with him. Oh, sorry, not Taylor. Cole Johnson. Johnson with the carry.
Hand off up the middle, number 24, Cole Johnson.
So Cole Johnson.
About 7 yards. Tackled by number 5, Jamal Super.
Man, he lowered the helmet and got after it, Rick.
He did. We talked about that Sakamoto freight train coming at you.
They go to Johnson again, and he picks up 2 or 3 tough yards.
That's Cole Johnson again.
3rd and maybe a yard.
The first down. Tackled by number 76, Julian Cueto.
Cueto gets in on the tackle, but you said it best. The train's coming now, 3rd and 1. Sakamoto's going to keep it himself, and he gets what he needs to, and it's going to be a first down Highland. Speaking of Highland, Principal Debbie Vigstrom, Assistant Principal Instruction Melissa Donez, Assistant Principal of Administration Brad Hull, our wrestling buddy, who's going to be doing some wrestling with us soon. The Athletic Director, Steve Matney, and the Activities Director, Megan Barber-Smith. Thank you to everybody at Highland for this warm welcome and the hospitality. Appreciate being here. Thank you. Sakamoto on a keeper. Hey, look at this. Gets down to the 9-yard line. East High School want to thank Principal Leo Holland, the Assistant Principal Instruction Pam Crane, the Assistant Principal of Administration John Rose, the Athletic Director Ken Chapman, and the Activity Director Shannon Barnes. Pleasure to see all of you on the east sidelines during pregame tonight. Had a chance to talk to a lot of you. Thank you. 2nd and 3. Johnson wants to get in. Oh, big hit at the 3-yard line, and everybody just went, ooh. Man, he lowered the shoulders.
He's lowering the shoulder, and they're pushing the Blade defensive line around right now.
1st and goal from the 3.
Tackled by number 3, Vaughn Harris.
Johnson, does he get in? Does he get in? No, he doesn't. Great effort. why that.
Johnson calling for the ball here, I think. I might let Sakamoto run this one in.
Trouble, but Sakamoto gets out. A little discombobulation, a little bit of stuff. They work through it. He says, hey, how about all that over there? Can I run in there too, coach? Yeah, you can. Touchdown, Highland. With 1:47 in the third, the Scots looking to make it a 15-0 game if they can get this PAT through there. Here comes Leo Robles. The snap, the hold. It is through and it is good. 15-0 right now. And the Scots starting to stamp their name on this Eastside Classic here on KernHighNetwork.com.
Got a score from Chaminade, 34-7. Chaminade over BHS. Bullard 20, Centennial 6.
Well, this one's 15-0 right now. And East High School, look at that red and white and blue down there. East High School gonna have to start putting together a different approach possibly right now with all this momentum that Highland has here going into the last minute 47 of the third quarter. You know, you'd have thought when they got that kickoff fumble deep in Highland territory.
You thought things were going to change, but the thing about it, I mean, it hadn't been fancy football. It's coming out, they're going 3 yards in a cloud of dust right down the Blade's throat.
And I can tell you, throats with blades in them is not a good thing, eh?
No.
This is not Vegas.
I think Laura's got to get his composure here. Highland's doing a good job of putting pressure on him. His frustration levels up a little bit, and I've seen him play better. But you got to give Highland credit. So
1:47 remains here in the third quarter. Highland up 15-0 at Scotland Yard. It's about as fun of an atmosphere as you can ever expect on a Friday night. Here's the kickoff. Take him to Monroe. He's got some space. Oh, my goodness. Big, strong run and a big, strong tackle. That was nice. The big hit in there by Angel Trevino. Coaching staff over there to congratulate Angel on that big hit. Michael Gutierrez, the head coach. Christopher Jaquez, Jorge Moreno, David Jackson, Angel Posadas, Arnaldo Cueto, David Ubeda, Ray Flores, all assistant coaches. The principal, Deb Vikstrom. Hardest working person in the whole place tonight, of course, as always. Thank you so much, Deb, for everything you've done tonight. It's a great night. Appreciate it, babe. Fantastic time here. Thank you. Very successful night. Flag comes out late, and I think this might be on East.
Up the middle, the number 24, Hakeem Taylor.
The athletic director, Steve Matney, and trainer Kenny Knight. Just getting a hug from the principal.
Penalty flag on the field.
Oh, Rick. It's going to go against East.
This is the time of the game and situation where these coaches got to kind of get a handle on these guys, because this is.
We have a whole other quarter of football here.
That's right.
And it's only 15-0. I say only, it's not 30, you know.
But emotions start building up. This is a big rivalry, the battle of the East Side. And a lot of emotion out there.
He brings up first and 25.
So they'll start off at the 21-yard line, but it'll be first and 25.
You know, you were talking about the Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. I think he may be a double-digit large number tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. My mistake, by the way, it should be second down, and it is. Second and 25. Lara trying to get out of trouble. Buy some time. But then he's thrown down out there by Noah Ramirez. And Lara's looking a little bit more flushed and rushed than he was in the first half.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it. That was the key, to keep him clean. And Highland doing a good job putting pressure. Again, you might have to change your scheme up a little bit, throw quicker passes. Right now, that route there, the receiver intermediate route, takes a little bit more time, which gives those defensive linemen a little bit more opportunity to put some punishment on your quarterback.
Coach David Fanucchi, the head coach at East right now, willing to kind of let this clock finish out this third quarter and kind of maybe try to stall this momentum and slow this thing down, but they took too much time to get the play off. Yikes. So they'll go a bit further back. And Coach Gutierrez has 3 timeouts. So everything playing well as they go into the fourth quarter here. For Highland, low pass, they're going to say no. Monroe didn't get it. They're going to say it's too low, too low, too low. So the clock stops for a moment there.
Laura's pass intended for number 18, Jonathan Monroe, falls incomplete. Brings up a 4th and long.
East offense looks out of sync right now. They're just not flowing and not looking good right now.
I just mentioned your name. Brad Hull, the legendary Brad Hull. Hey, you ready for some wrestling? All right. Hey, we just announced it. Hey, he just walked up and gave us some water. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate it, buddy. Here's the punt. Not a bad one, but it's going to be... Oh, it's fumbled. It's dropped. Ooh. Back to the 47-yard line. It was fair caught, but called fair catch, but then bobbled and bounced around a little bit. Ooh, goodness. Okay, Brad, see you, buddy.
The Scots take over 1st and 10 from the
That's none other than the Brad Hull, the wrestling superstar. He and Darryl Pope and myself will do a couple of wrestling matches. Those are a lot of fun. Love those. Well, they recovered the fumble. Not the best form in trying to catch that deal. And now it's 1st and 10, 9 seconds to go in the third quarter, and they have the ball to start inside East High territory at about the 47-yard line. The quarterback, Arambulo. The inside handoff to Johnson. He spins, and he's brought down at about the 48-yard line. Lost about a yard, and goodness gracious.
Wow. We talked about the emotion. Sophie comes up, makes a nice play, nice hit.
And
kind of loses his composure there.
He kind of did the safe sign like in baseball, but what he means to say is, no way, you're not running on me. No, but the flag flies, and now you're starting to hear some talking between some Highland players on the sidelines giving it to the East High Blades. So as you say, they all know each other. They grew up together. A lot of it's probably all good-natured. No, not all of it. Not every word is good-natured. But boy, that does a lot of damage to East High School when they're looking to slow them down on a drive, get the football back. And, you're talking about a head coach for East High School that is the antithesis of unwise decisions, and that's David Fanucchi. So you're right. There'll be some discussions taking place, no question. And that's the end of the third quarter. We will take a break and come back. Right now it's 15-0, 1 quarter left here on the East Side Classic on KernHighNetwork.com. Back right after this. Start of the fourth quarter here at Highland High School. Vance Palm alongside Rick Van Horn. I've got Kevin Willie to my left, handling our camera work as always. And we're riding in the Bentley tonight. Todd Bentley, director, producer extraordinaire, as Highland starts off the fourth quarter, on the ground. Ball up to about the 25-yard line.
Hand off up the middle, the number 15, Marquis Lewis.
You had a driller score for us, Rick?
I just got a update, 43-7, Chaminade, running clock.
So the Drillers still without Shane Jones, the difference maker for sure. It's talking to Trevor Horn. And incredibly tough schedule. Yeah, I mean, this is calling a game with Rick Van Horn. It's like no other experience I've ever had, really. I mean, everybody wants to come say hi, shake hands. Now I have some strange guy walks up and hands him football tickets. Young Van Horn, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Good. Renegades ready to go?
Oh, yeah. Boy, it'll be a show out tomorrow night.
We got Vince Van Horn here. We've got Riverside coming to town. Renegades feeling good?
Yeah, we're feeling healthy. We're looking good, and boys are excited.
You handed your dad 2 tickets. Was it 2 or 4?
4 tickets. 4 tickets.
Coach Chudy, know you're just throwing out tickets all over the city? No comment. He ducks away from the mic. You're out. You've been outed. 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground again. Highland now up 15, and really no need to do anything other than just pound this thing.
Just pound this thing, and I wouldn't be surprised. I might use Sakamoto again and get that Sakamoto freight train running that they did in the third quarter, because they marched right down the field against the Blades.
Very deliberate in taking their time on every play call now. A lot of time, 10:52 to go here in the fourth quarter. We're just underway. But the feeling for both teams, I say that and they go to the air and the ball's deflected at the line of scrimmage. And just as I'm about to write a story about how they're going to stay on the ground and pound it out and get between the hash and grind this thing down, the ball gets tipped at the line of scrimmage and almost picked off. Ay, ay, ay.
We saw that play in the first half that they actually completed that, hitting the big tight end down the seam. They lull you to sleep with the run, and they'll try to catch you with the run option pass there.
4th and 9, that's in that kind of funky area of the field. So they're going to go for it. Maybe Ezekiel Arumbulo takes the snap, got some time, a lot of time basically. Stands and throws. They go to the end zone with it. And it is, overthrown. Wow, what an arm. He unleashed that. It's a good 50-yard bomb to the back of the end zone, but incomplete, no flags. And the Blades going to get this football back. Well, David Fanucci try to get this offense going.
Gonna have to open it up a little bit, and then they have tried to throw the ball. Highland's done a good job putting pressure on Laura all night long. Laura hasn't had much time. He's holding the ball a little long, but still we got to be able to protect your quarterback.
He's got 3 receivers to the right side. Looks like Highland wants to bring it all. They do. It's a screenplay, but you better get rid of it. He does it. The ball is on the ground. I believe they're going to say it was caused by, I certainly thought so. The white hat was right there on top of it. No, they're going to say that is a fumble, and the official is asking for a timeout. Laura's down. It was a screenplay. He never let go of the football, and I thought the fumble was caused by the ground. That's just me, though. But they're insinuating now that it's Highland football. But way more important than all of that is that Richard Lara is down right now, and the training staff from East High School out to see him real quick. Tough kid, and he's been he's been favoring, walking on that right foot all night. The left one's bothering him. And we saw the blitz coming, but they had a well-designed play, and it just couldn't get rid of the football.
Yeah, blitz came right into his face. You've got to get rid of it. And
with 10:27 to go here in the fourth quarter, the training staff talking to the young quarterback still making sure he's okay before we get him up. So we'll take a quick break here on KernHighNetwork.com. Back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. 10:27 left in the fourth quarter. Vance Palm, Rick Van Horn, KernHighNetwork.com. Great news that Richard Laura was able to get up, and now into the ball game, Michael Doughton, the quarterback. He fires it quickly out to the far side, and the ball's dropped. Oh, what a good strike right between the numbers, and the ball's dropped. That'll bring up third and ultra long, 23, they say.
Always tough for a backup quarterback when your first action's late in the fourth quarter and your first play's a pass, but he did a good job there. Monroe's just got to catch that ball.
A quick release, confident throw, put it right on the numbers. And with 3rd and 23 here, we're going to dip below the 10-minute mark here in 12 seconds in the fourth quarter. 3 receivers right down here to the bottom of your screen on the left side of scrimmage. And it's a great play because Highland brought everybody on a blitz and a nice strong run, and the flags come as well. A real late hit in there. Hakeem Taylor just burst out to the far side, and as he was going out of bounds, a very late throw down to the grass, and so it's going to be even more yards tacked on. Here come the Blades.
10 minutes left. Got plenty of time. You know, Hakeem Taylor's got to be close to 100 yards.
Love his style. Love the way he runs. A lot of upperclassmen in this game tonight. So this East Side Classic with all these seniors really makes it even more special. Last time they'll see each other.
Having meetings between these teams. 27-21 last year. Close ball game. Won by East, but
that was a game where whoever had the ball last,
yes,
going to win it. And that's exactly what happened. So with 10 minutes and 1 second remaining here in the fourth quarter, our score is 15-0. 5 of the last 7 been won by the Blades, as Rick said.
Although in 2015, Highland put a 55-7 whooping on the Blades.
I remember that.
Folks, if you're interested in pictures from tonight's game, look for them on the Highland.
Next Friday night, we'll have 2 games again. We do not have our schedule yet. Kyle Wiley will put all that together and let us know in a text, followed by him working out somewhere. Oh, my man, you had the greatest, and I mean the greatest, group text response to our man Kyle Wiley pushing the sled at the gym on Saturday morning. He said, while you guys are sleeping, this is what I'm doing. Yeah. And Rick said, hey, what's up with the wristbands?
Yeah.
The sweatbands. That was beautiful. We got to chuckle out of it. We gave him a hard time with the volleyball game. Here we go. 1st and 10. Doughton, he wants to get rid of it, and he does. Gets it out here to Monroe. Fires at Monroe. Sees a lot of green jerseys. Lots and lots of green jerseys. So Doughton, 2 for 2. Well, 1 for 2. 1 was dropped, but 2 good passes. He's also a junior. He's right-handed. 2nd and 12. Actually, a loss of 2 on the play. The second that Monroe caught it, he was just gathered up by 5 or 6 Scotsmen.
Well, Doughton's come in here in relief of Laura and done a good job. And he looks very composed. That's what I'm impressed about.
2nd and 12. This time they stay back. Now Doughton's got some real estate to run. He's going to try to get out of bounds, and he does just barely. Oof. He was getting zeroed in on by Matt Esparza, but Doughton able to run for some really good yards right there. And it's going to be 3rd and 6 on the 36. So this is crunch time here for the Blades here on a 3rd and 6, 9 minutes to go here in this 4th quarter.
This is the time. It's put up or shut up right here in this drive here. And if you give Highland the ball back, they're going to eat off about 3 or 4 minutes with that run game of theirs.
It's a handoff, and it's going to be the first down, at least some. And again, it's Hakeem Taylor. And Taylor, I don't want to say the one bright spot for East High because it's a team sport and they're playing as hard as they can. But if you were to pick one guy on that team that's standing out tonight, no question about it, it's the talented, strong running of Hakeem Taylor. First down from the 29-yard line, Rick. Do they need to go to the air with 8:37, or do they grind this out and at least get a score? Doughton answers the question, goes to the far corner, floats it out there, and it is broken up. Oh, what a fantastic play. Man coverage down the far sideline. Really well thrown ball, actually, and it for a millisecond could have been a touchdown, but it was broken up out there.
And I can't.
Broken up by Noah Ramirez.
Defended by number 2, Noah Ramirez.
Speed, had the arm up at the right time in the right place, and really saved a touchdown.
Yeah, and actually he threw a very good ball. Ramirez just made a good play going up and batting it down.
2nd and 10. Taylor stands on the left hip, by the left hip of Doughton. Doughton needs him to block for a second. They get it to Monroe. Monroe fumbles. Oh, okay, they said he didn't have it. I thought he made a move. Thought he was out of there. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 now. The speed of this Highland defense, to me right now, is the storyline.
Well, East High's trying to attack you. You know, they've gone downtown a couple times, but everything's out lateral, and that the receivers in that trip set, they're set awful wide, so there's no way that they can really attack the middle of the field, because you're going to see when Highland lines up where the green grass is, the empty green grass, it's in the middle of the field.
3rd and 10 right here, Coach. Doughton, they rush 5. He's got to get rid of it quickly, and he does. A beautiful strike. What a pass right into the hands of Michael Rodriguez. Hit him on the run, right in his hands. First down, Blades.
That's the best looking pass play they've had all night.
A great route. He didn't stop, and he knew he was going to get crunched. He saw it right in front of him. He knew it was going to be major contact, but he caught it, kept running, and frankly delivered the blow himself. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Under 8 to go here and ticking. Taylor, the one back, stands behind Doughton, who's behind center. Doughton, they pitch it to Taylor. Taylor tries to get outside, cuts back up, swarming defense for Highland, maybe even loses the yard.
Toss to the right side, that's number 24, Hakeem Taylor.
And it's a 15-0 score right now, so if East gets in,
By number 52,
one way or the other, they need to account for the extra points, the 2 points that Highland was able to get on a safety.
Yeah, that safety could play a big factor in this game. You know, I think all the credit right now has got to go to that Highland defense. They're playing well right now. East High can't seem to figure them out yet.
Monroe in motion, they give it to him inside. And as you say, the Swiss Army knife able to figure out a way to grind out about 7 yards right there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6. a long 6 at that. And they do. They finally settle the stick to make it 3rd and 7 with 6:39 to go. So the time also just slipping away here, you know.
Clock is their enemy right now for the Blades.
But it's not as if they're going to run a hurry-up offense, but just getting to the line just a little bit quicker. You can hear the crowd below us now in Scotland Yard. And Monroe's like, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? So the coaching staff and Coach Finucci lamenting with his quarterback. Man, I hate to burn it right there, but 6:18, and you've got to do it at 3rd and 7. That's the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, they had 12 men run on there, and I think that's a penalty. What do you think?
Yeah, like we always say, it's a great move if you get away with it. Well, Rick, you know, calling games up here high atop the Highland press box area gives us just a beautiful view of the city. You're able to see the lights all the way to the west side. You can follow them all the way to the north side. And special fun time tonight. Don't know where we're going to be next week. Pretty soon we'll get into league play. And, you know, you look at the tough schedules that Coach Nixon at Liberty puts together and Coach Gola at BHS and the tough schedule mentality. It can work both ways. As Coach Gola said today on the radio show, he just said, hey, look, I like where we're at, and we're excited to go down there and see, you know, how we're going to compete with them tonight. It takes its toll.
Yes, it does, you know, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Depends on what kind of talent you have and what kind of team you have.
3rd and 7, biggest play of the game for East High. Doughton throws, and it is broken up in the end zone. A flag back over here, and I think they're going to say rough the quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. No flag on the defensive effort to break up the pass in the end zone. It was a beautiful play, actually, but a flag right in front of the quarterback, and I'm watching the defensive lineman for Highland throw his hands up, so I'm thinking that must be what it is. Personal foul, roughing the quarterback, and East High School gets another shot at it, and their fans still packed over there. Nobody's left.
Actually, a pretty good play by Matt Esparza at the corner for Highland.
Great
breaking
play.
That pass up.
1st and goal from the 6. Now Doughton has Taylor back there with him. They've got to get in. They give the ball to Taylor. Can Taylor do it? No, he runs into some big trouble. And a loss for at least 2 yards. I think they were certainly banking on him getting the football, and he did.
Yeah. As you see, Highland runs what they call 3-3-5, much like Bakersfield High runs, but they run it a little different ways, but it's the same concept that a lot of these teams are doing.
2nd and goal from the 7. Doughton rolls to his right, stops, throws the corner, and it's a flag on the play, and it's an incomplete pass, by the way. Threw it out of the end zone so no one can get it, but there was a flag over here out of your screen on the left side of the football field, and it was thrown quickly way away from the ball, a long ways away from the ball. And again, an illegal receiver downfield. Wow.
Ineligible receiver downfield against the Blades.
Okay. So with 5:26 to go in the 4th, East trails 15-0.
We don't have the luxury of replays or any of that stuff like John Gruden and the Monday Night Crew have. So that was a tough call because that pass was away, you know, 2.3 seconds. So
Taylor takes the draw. Can he get to the end zone? He's going to try. He does. He gets in. Touchdown, East High School. Oh, the effort and determination of Hakeem Taylor, because he's been getting hit hard the last 10, 15 minutes. Well, all night, but this second half he's really been hit. And he bounces off that closed gap and just books to the corner. Touchdown, East. Coach Finucci right now going for the the 1-point conversion to get that up there, put that in the bank.
Yeah, you don't want to chase the points now. Take what you can, and if
the
you
snap,
score,
the hold, the kick, and the penalty.
Yeah, we're going to have illegal procedure on East.
Flag on the field.
So
false start penalty against the Blades.
False start. They'll move it back a little bit. And the complexion of the next 5 minutes and 17 seconds will change dramatically if this is unsuccessful. All of a sudden, it's a 9-point ball game. 25-yarder, and the hold, the snap, and it is a beauty. An absolute beauty by Ahmed Balmer.
The extra point is good.
So it's 15-7, 8-point lead for Highland with 5:17 to go.
17 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. The score, the visiting East High Blades.
This will read well at other campuses when they hear the score. Excellent job by East High School. They stuck in there, they hung in there, and they finally got that football in the end zone with 5:17 to go in the fourth quarter.
And got some good breaks, especially on penalties there on that drive. And, you know,
Roughing the quarterback.
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, we're talking about very evenly matched Highland, East, then you've got Independent, South. So those four teams are interchangeable. I think the winner of that game, Independent South, and the winner of this game are, I think they're on a crash course.
Crash course tomorrow night up at Bakersfield College. The Renegades 2-0, hosting Riverside 2-0. We're able to talk to one of the assistant coaches, Vince Van Horn, up here a few minutes ago, and saying we're ready to go. We're excited. We're looking forward to it. I'll be high atop the Dameron deck calling that game. Looking forward to a beautiful sunset, nice, cool, crisp pre-autumn weather. And I know you're going to be there.
I will. I will.
I'm going to try to lasso Pablito Dameron. He had some interest in that game tomorrow night. He goes, "Oh, Riverside. We may have a Pablito sighting."
I know we'll have a Wyatt Ross sighting at the Tony's Pizza place across the street.
Pre-game?
Pre-game.
Here's the kick. Oh, it's a little 9-iron. They floated out in no man's land. Taken down very wisely. Eduardo Salinas. Well, that was kind of fun.
The kick is down, number 5, Eduardo Salinas.
We had an impromptu, well, I shouldn't say impromptu, it's very planned.
I think
very
so.
planned out fireworks show, illegal fireworks show. Right below us, and I mean right below us. The sparks were landing on us, no joke. All right, on a 1st and 10, handoff to Marquis Lewis. And Rick's still speechless. We had fireworks going right over our heads. Some little sparks landed on myself and Kevin Willie.
No gain.
Rick was going to look over the side. And Dr. Bentley's thinking, oh, this equipment, are you kidding me?
This is one of the unique setups in all of Bakersfield. You have a high school that's about 10 feet from the junior high and the elementary school. You have Chipman, junior high, and Eisler Elementary School.
Well, happening down on the field during all of this is an East High School defense that's now pushed Highland to a 3rd and 7 with 4:18 and counting right now. So East High School with a huge 3rd down and 5 opportunity to hold Highland, and Sakamoto is in for the Highland Scotsman. 3rd and 5. Don't forget, they timed that hard count really well.
They've used it well.
They try it again. Nobody goes. Oh, and now it's a Scotsman that jumps. So it reverses back on the Scotsman. They tried to go to the hard count. They did it. Nobody jumped. And then a lineman for Highland jumps. And now all of a sudden with 3:53, it's 3rd and 11, Rick. East High School. They talked about it in the huddle, I'm sure. Don't jump, don't jump, don't jump. And it changed it from a 3rd and 6 to a 3rd and 11. Ooh, 3:38 and counting. 2 receivers way down here to the bottom of your screen at Salas and Valdez. Sakamoto on a 3rd and 11. It's a handoff, and it's right between the hash marks, and they do not get the first down. Right, nice strong run by Lewis, but he doesn't pick it up. And it's going to be 4th and 4.
Picks up about 8 yards.
And a timeout called, and that's going to be East High School. Coach Fanucchi saying, I've got to stop this clock, and that's the last time he can do it. 3:19. They're going to get the ball back. Decent field position, I would say. If all things work out, they'd catch a punt maybe around the 25-30 and get it close to half to the midway point. We can see, but 3:19 remains here in this fourth quarter. And at the end of the first half is when all the fireworks went off, figuratively in the football game. The end of the fourth quarter, all the fireworks are going off literally, and more scores. So it's been a first and third quarter of chess match, and then a second quarter and a fourth quarter of scoring. And
quick announcement, folks. Pizza is only $1 right now at the snack bar. Head on down, get yourself a slice of pizza.
speaking of pizza and Tony's Pizza, we're going to have to announce the Tony's Pizza player of the game at the end of this, but we're a long ways away from that. Here it is, 4th and 3. It looks like Sakamoto, and they want to go for it. They hard count it again. Nobody jumped. Now Lewis out here in the slot. 4th and 3. Nobody. Not
count
happen
there, so I think they'll punt it away in here.
Well, that's perfect. It gives me an opportunity to thank Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. Boy, you talk about a name synonymous with students in the community here and helping out with the athletics side of it as well. Thank you. United States Army forged a great relationship with U.S. Army. And they're at all of the games, and they have a booth at all of the high school games. So congratulations to that great partnership. How about PAV Solar and Communication? Went to PAV and said, hey, you want to be a part of this new thing we're doing in the Kern High School District? Sign me up. Premier Lighting, the exact same. Tony's Pizza, the player of the game we're going to announce. They get a pizza, they get a shirt, they get a gift certificate. And then Raymond's Trophies, of course. Thank you to Super 6 sponsors. Appreciate it. Here's the 4th and 3 punt. Low snap. Can they get it? They try. They do not. Oh, it's a boomer. And it puts Monroe back, but he gets a chance to catch it at the 25. He's looking for some spaces. Oh, he's almost tackled at the 20. Now he's looking for some room. He can't. He goes down at the 15-yard line. An unbelievable punt. Great coverage. And the Swiss Army knife ran out of tools, and they got him. Great coverage.
Brought down to 15-yard line by number 3, Matt Esparza.
Yeah, that was Matt Esparza. So we've seen Esparza a couple times tonight. Really showing that speed. Great job. And boy, that's a huge turn of the tide right there. We're thinking he might have it at midfield. No dice.
That was a great punt by Highland punter.
Great protection. So here we go. 3:03 left here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for quarterback Doughton, Michael Doughton. He wants to go to the air. He's got a man open. He's got his man, and it's caught. Doughton connects, and it's caught, and the ball's down to the 37-yard line. A beautiful strike, and it's Jason Beltran. Michael B. Doughton has been dealing since he came in.
We may have, coaches may have something to talk about come Monday.
A strike to Beltran, has the ball at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 40. Doughton back, throws, connects. Now all of a sudden you see this Highland defense starting to back up a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're starting to wonder, uh-oh.
The last two, they've been dealing up some pressure with that defense. In the last two plays, they've sat back, just rushed 3. So if you do that, I don't care if it's Laura or Doughton, they're going to be able to complete those balls.
2nd and 8, and there was some movement. So this is a dead play. It didn't happen. I believe it's going to be on East, but I've been wrong a couple times already tonight on that. 2:17 is what's left on the clock. Yep, it's going to be a false start on the Blades, so it'll make it 2nd and 13.
That's a 5-yard penalty.
Ball's at the 44-yard line of Highland. No matter what, if they get in, they have to go for 2. They're down 8 right now. East is. 2:05 left here in the fourth quarter. Doughton takes the low snap, steps up into the pocket. He's in trouble, goes down. They do not have a timeout. Clock continues to tick. We're under 2 minutes now. That brings up 3rd and 13. So, Rick, if you're that East High crowd, you're saying get up to the ball. Go, go, go,
Let's
go.
Let's go. Highland rushed 5 that time. Should have been a stalemate, but again, Highland defensive front doing a good job.
They come after him. Doughton floats one out over the middle, and it's dropped. A bullseye pass headed for Nathan Martinez. He actually put it right on the numbers in traffic.
Got to make that catch.
Woo. And it was super close to that first down marker, so here it is now. With the clock stopped on the incomplete pass at 1:26.
And no timeouts left.
4th and 16. This is it for the Blades.
Time to get on your speed, sports fans.
The Eastside Classic comes down to this. A timeout.
A timeout. Highland uses their last timeout.
The big dramatic buildup, and it's the timeout. So 1:26 remains.
Calls a timeout.
A lot of fun in the end of the second and fourth quarters, eh, Rick?
It was. It's going to come down to one play here. If they can get the first down, keep the drive alive, they got a chance.
Kevin Willie stands to my left.
Now I know you're.
What?
You've got number 79 for Highland.
Well, he's
on your ballot.
one of my Tony's Pizza's consideration Player of the Game award, but with this thing not over yet, if Doughton leads them, if he deals them another touchdown, and they were able to tie this thing up, all of a sudden all bets are off.
Yeah.
A lot of card references there, a lot of gambling references there.
Yeah. Well, then Hakeem Taylor comes into play there because he's had a great game. He's probably at least got 130 yards rushing.
Here we go, 4th and 16. The Blades have to get a first down or more. They rush 4. Doughton fires across the middle, and it's picked off. No flags. Intercepted. And Nathaniel Martinez feels like he was bumped along the way. No flags. He's pleading his case to the officials, but Highland High School comes up with a big interception.
He might have had a case there, but I guess that'll be for another night.
The Scots take over 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Yeah, if you want to see the replay, it'll be at KHSD Athletics. But I can tell you this, Highland Scotsmen are going to say, hey, that's all in the past, baby.
Yeah.
There's 1:15 to go here in this fourth quarter. A big, big interception by the Highland Scotsmen.
All they have to do is take a couple snaps here, in victory formation.
And now we can start the discussion for the Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. And, Rick,
Highland kneels in.
with such a strong defensive presence tonight by that Highland defense, I'll throw mine out there. You have the extra 1%. Kevin's got 33%. I've got 33%, and you have that 1 extra percent. So after the break, when we come back, we will discuss the Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. But Highland's going to take the home victory in the East Side Classic over
Arambula takes the knee.
the East Side Blades, and now you're seeing the guys in the trenches already starting to shake hands.
Reminder,
And it was one of those games.
tonight's contest,
It was
only coaches and
absolutely battled in the trenches.
It was. I got to agree with you there.
It wasn't a game out on the side or the fringes.
No.
It was done right in there.
wait for their players off the field as well. Thank you.
And look at this.
Arambula takes
It's a
the knee.
wrap. Congratulations to the Highland Scotsmen. The big win, and there it is. The cannon goes off, and Highland with the big win, 15-7. When we come back, we will inform you who our Tony's Pizza Player of the Game is. It's loud, it's crazy, it's frenetic. It is Friday Night High School Football here on KernHigh.com. Hey, welcome back, everybody. What a pleasure to have you with us this evening. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Wow, what a game. Down to the very last minute or so. And the Highland Scotsmen pull off the big win, the East Side Classic on their home turf. Both teams now meeting out there, talking to their coaches. Rick Van Horn, I'll bring you in. You've been in a lot of games as a player and a coach, and situations like this where things just weren't clicking, but you still had a chance, you still had a shot, you were still in it, and it ended up just falling short for the Blades. If you're Coach Fanucci, what are you telling your Blades over there?
Well, it was a hard-fought game, and they're going to have to dig down Monday and find out, shore some up. We got to find out what kind of condition Laura's in, and he may have to tweak some things on defense, because what we saw tonight was Highland lined up and just came right down the throats, and we talked about that earlier. Sakamoto, Marquise Lewis, those guys just all night long, 5, 6, 3 yards a crack, and you just can't give that kind of yardage up.
If you're Coach Gutierrez and you're talking to your Highland Scotsman, what a big win. What's coming out of your mouth?
Man, this was they got special teams when they needed it. If you remember the big punt that put Jonathan Monroe back and put the Blades back in bad field position. Great defense all night, and their offense, their run game, got it done when it had to do it. And mix in a couple nice little passes from Arambula, big tight end one time, and of course the one right before the half, which was the backbreaker.
All right, so the Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. Are you ready for this? A unanimous decision by all three of us. Kevin Willie, myself, we each have 33%. Coach Van Horn has 1 extra percent. And we all kind of started talking about it during the break, and we all came up with the same guy. And it is none other than number 79, Isidro Reyes, on the Highland High School Scotsman defense. We kind of figured we would go with someone on defense, but he was running down Laura from every side of the football field. He was a cog in that defense that just kept closing up all those gaps. Isidro Reyes, you are the Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. You're going to receive all of your stuff, a pizza, a gift certificate, and a T-shirt from Tony's Pizza. Congratulations. Unanimous. We did it in the break. In about 2 seconds, we looked around and said, that's it. Your thought on Reyes as our Player of the Game?
Yeah, putting pressure on Laura all night long. Did a great job. I mean, when we're talking about pressure, 6 sacks in a game is a lot of lost yardage. Those weren't just 5, 6. A couple of those were 10, 12-yard losses against the Blades. And of course, Laura didn't finish the game.
Our thanks to everyone at the Kern High School District. Thank you to all of our sponsors that made this happen tonight. A real pleasure to be here at Highland High School. Thanks to the staff at Highland High School. A couple of quick thank yous before we go. Dr. Brian Schaefer, our superintendent. Dr. Brenda Lewis, the assistant superintendent of instruction. Dr. Dean McGee, assistant superintendent of educational services and innovative programs. And our main man, Stan Green, director of school support services. Again, Highland High School principal Deb Vikstrom, what a superstar you are. Assistant Principal of Instruction, Melissa Donez. Assistant Principal of Administration, Brad Hull. Athletic Director, Steve Matney. And the Activity Director, Megan Barber-Smith. To our Director, Producer, Dr. Bentley, what a great ride in your sweet car tonight. Thank you. On your home turf up here, appreciate it. Kevin Willie, my brother in here since day one, thank you. And Rick, don't know where you and I are going to be next week, but as always, great time calling the game with you. See you tomorrow night at BC. On behalf of everybody here tonight, thank you. Have a great weekend. Good night. God bless.